Welcome back to Garage Hammer Tactics. Really sorry to say there's going to be no battle report today. Just going to be me looking at my Alpha Legion that I painted this year. My son caught COVID and he's all recovered now, and no one else managed to contract the virus, so that's good. But that's the reason why we couldn't do a battle report. We did have games booked against Neil and Owen. Really sorry guys that we couldn't get those games to go ahead, but we are looking to rebook with them, so we will hopefully see them in the future. They had World Eaters and Solar Auxilia, so two very nice armies that we definitely want on, so we will definitely reorganise with those chaps. So like I say, an army showcase, as it were, of Alpha Legion. That's currently at 3,900. I'm looking for you, the community, to see what I should get next to take them to 5,000 points. That's the way I'd like to take the army to, is 5k. So yeah, we'll have a quick look, well, not a quick look, a little look at what I've got, and take your advice of where to take them next. So here is my 3,900 points of Alpha Legion that I painted this year for the channel. And start us off, we'll have a closer look at the main man himself, Alfarius, or Omegon, take your pick which. So absolutely gorgeous model, absolutely love this. And I don't know if the camera is picking up there on my energy for my power weapons. I've just done a bit of a pink tinge. I think it really complements the tone for the colour scheme. And as you can see, for the Army of the Bases, I was a bit of a fanboy for the Legion book, so went for the Mars sort of pattern terrain. So we'll run through the HQs. I got Dynat. Why wouldn't you get him? Absolutely beautiful model again, and not too bad rules either. And behind him, I used the Imperial Space Marine, as I use him as a saboteur. I've also been advised by people you can run him as a vigilator as well. So quite a nifty little model if you've got him hanging around. You make him up as something useful. What I use as a vigilator, this was made by my friend Adam West for a Legion console at Christmas that we sort of get to do. We every Christmas we sort of chuck names in a hat, and whoever draws them out, that's what you've got to make a console for. So they normally put like little requests, and I put Alpha Legion Vigilator, and this is what we made up. Nice, lots of different items from different kits. I think he's done a pretty good job, and I had the pleasure of painting it. Now, this is the score model, and he's been upgraded to have a thunder hammer, and he's got a dagger for a power dagger as well, just because I like to have lots of attacks with the thunder hammer. And this is what I use as my Delegatus, so scores the Delegatus anyway with his own special rules, but I've just used a model to make my own version of Delegatus. Delegatus I find are very useful for obviously unlocking that chosen duty when you've got lots of vets. It's quite useful, and he's also a huge point saver for just getting a to unlock Rite of Wars, a character that unlocks Rite of Wars. Forgot the name. Do apologise. Dreadnoughts. I've only got one in the army, so that's maybe something that I need to add. I've been thinking about a Deredere, maybe a las cannon one to, I know they're strength 10, I lack a little bit of Spartan punching power from distance, so that might be something that I'm thinking of. But I don't see them run that often, so I don't know how effective they are really. But I used the Alpha Legion specific Contemptor here, as you can quite clearly see. Again, another fantastic model. I think they made absolutely good job of the Alpha Legion specific stuff at Forge World. Really good work, and I had to go for Volkite on him just because It's Alpha Legion, and a lot of Alpha Legion players, I believe, like Volkite. And talking of Volkite, it's a heavy support squad with 10 Volkite Cavaliers. Not Cavaliers, Culverins, sorry. Now these boys are fairly expensive. I think they come in about 350 points for the 10 of them. But it is 40 shots at strength 6 with deflag rate. It's a choose for infantry. Absolutely love it going off, especially when you put Dynat in them, who can up their ballistic skill to 2. So they're normally hitting on 2s, wounding on 2s, and then if Alpha is in there, you get to re-roll those 1s with preferred enemy. Nasty combination that is. I've got 3 vet squads, all kitted out the same, so there's a power fist on the sergeants and 2 plasmas in each squad, so they're more of a move and shoot sort of squads, and each of them have got their own Rhino transport. Now, I don't know if you can make out that. They've got an Alpha, Omega and a Romeo squad, and to differentiate, to tell the difference between each squad on their right pauldrons, I've sort of put them so they've got their own squads, so I know which ones they're supposed to be with, so if they get too close to each other in game, I can actually tell the difference between squads. It's always quite useful. And I've also got Lanern Terminators. I'll just pick up the one with chain fists. I used just a normal plastic catch 30 chain fist, but I sort of dremeled the inside to make the chain fists fitted, because I wanted to keep the tassels of the shoulders. I suppose that's what they might be described as, just because they got those little bit of metal bits at the bottom, so I just wanted it the same both sides. This is my little bit of a OCD kicking in. And they normally ride in just a plastic Land Raider, and I glued the guns at the back. I know most people say you should be at the front because you don't want to get out of the doors and be shot, but I suppose they've also got the assault ramp at the front that they're probably more likely going to run out of. But I just glued them at the back to the antagonist in me, to annoy people that don't like it. So apologies if you're one of those. Jet bikes, 5 off. I'd like to add another one to have 6, because I know these have all got multi-motors in, but they are very easily magnetised. If you are thinking about jet bikes and you're not sure what weapons, they're very easy. Just drill into the back of the gun and drill into there, and a couple of magnets, done. So I'd like a 6th to on the fast attacks options, where it's only 1 special weapon in 3, so you'll be able to get 2 special weapons in that. So that's something I should probably look at. Over here, I've got the Headhunters. Now, absolutely beautiful models. Absolutely love these. The only problem is Headhunters are really pricey for what they do. I wouldn't say the rules are horrendous, it's just that the cost sort of puts them out of like reasonable play, really. Even in friendly games, they're not doing much. But I normally run them as Seekers because they have got the special bolt guns, so they do fit well into the Seeker description for having that special ammunition. So that's what you'll probably see most run as on the channel. Bit of a fire support. I've got 2 quad mortars. As they've got Legion Astartes rules, like keyword, I suppose it's not really a keyword, but also is. It kicks in for the preferred enemy from Alpha, so it's not too bad having a Strength 5 large blast with preferred enemy. I find it quite useful, especially against Mechanicum, as I'm sure some of you might have watched that video. Alpha Alferis doesn't do much, but the buffs he brings is just insane. Wanted a Whirlwind Scorpius. When I first got into Horus Heresy, Tom had one with his Sons of Horus. I always admired how it blew my Marines apart. So I suppose 5 years later, I thought I'd best get myself one. So now I can return the favour to him. Now, the best Sakaran, just because it is massively undercosted for what it can do. The ability to have Skyfire and its missiles that are actually AP2. I remember facing SAMs for the first time and I was like shocked that they were AP2. I thought they were actually going to be just AP3 because they're just rockets in my mind. So this thing either needs a massive points hike or it needs to be reduced to AP3 in my opinion. But nevertheless, I can't moan too much because I do use it. It's my only bit of a reliable anti-air, which is another reason that I think maybe a Derrideo or maybe an aircraft. I haven't got any aircraft in this army, so something. But like I say, give me some advice. What would you like to see on the army? What don't you see much in Horus Heresy that you might want to see a bit more on bat reps being used, and hopefully I can make good use of them. Now, the little sabres, when these little boys come out, I really wanted some. So I went for 2. Now, they are magnetised, as you can see. These are also really easy to magnetise. The tops are magnetised. I haven't put a magnet in that one. That's a bit forgetful of me, but that one has. So I've obviously not finished that one. But I've gone for double Volkite and then autocannon and multi-mounter on them. I glued the missiles on just because I like the aesthetics of it, but I haven't ever run them. I can't see myself ever running them really with their rules, but I do like the look of them, so I've glued them on. And if you do end up magnetising, I would say on these, you can still see where it's scraped a bit of the paint when you fit it down. Just try and sand them down so they're a bit loosely fitting in, and then the magnet should hold them in. I fit them and they go in quite tight, but luckily the paint's only scraped so far as it goes down, so you can't really tell anyway. So that's quite lucky on my part. And then over here I've got 4 Marines, just to, if I ever wanted to not run vets and just swap out a couple of the plasmas, and then got 2 tactical squads there, so I don't have to do much. Also on my rhinos I have got multi-mounters on each, so I do like to fly around with these rhinos with 1 mount shot and then 2 plasmas shooting out the hatch. Normally run them as machine killer vets, so they essentially strength 8 plasmas against armour. That's the way my head works and works it out. Just find it easier to do that. But yeah, that's about it. That's probably enough of me rambling on. I hope, I know it's not a battle report, I do apologise, but we will be straight back on it now. All recovered and no one else has caught it, and I don't have to isolate because we're double jabbed, but we've still sort of done it to play it safe, just because we don't want anyone getting ill here. So yeah, let me know what you'd add to this force, and I'll see you in a little outro. So that's my army that I've painted in 2021. Still I've got a couple of more months to add to them, but I am starting my next Legion force already. I always sort of start them about Halloweenish time, and I'll be looking to Space Wolves. So you should see Space Wolves next year in 2022, a bit more regular. I don't think we've had Space Wolves once actually on the channel yet, so hopefully get that added on. Any Space Wolf fans out there, so be sure to subscribe, and you should see some Space Wolf battle reports from us in the near future. And I know it's Friday, it's Saturday tomorrow, and we've got a reveal from Warhammer World. Hopefully, I know I've seen the banner, there's Heresy being talked about. I'd like Heresy 2.0. I'm sure a lot of you out there would like that. Just let me know what you think it's going to be, and or what you'd like it to be. And if we did get Heresy 2.0, what changes you'd like to see, or just little things cleared up. Is it just going to be a simple bit of an FAQ, or is there going to be some decent changes to mix up the game a little bit? So yeah, let us know. And again, thank you from us at Garage Hammer Tactics. And the next one should be a battle report versus me and Tom. Blood Angels versus Death Guard again in Zone Mortalis. And anyone that watched our last game, Tom kicked my ass. So I'm looking for revenge.